So I think we're going to take the month of December off for pay-per-views. No pay-per-view in the month of December. Now, in recent years, I've actually pitched the idea of off seasons in WWE, and one of the times that I thought would be perfect for an off season was December. And I pitched that idea time and time again. Oh, WWE should give the talent the entire month of December off. They can recharge their batteries. They can nurse nagging injuries. WWE can do other shit like run recap shows and stuff like that. But I think we all understand that that's really not practical, and WWE would never in a million years do that. So I'm going to meet them halfway on this one. First thing we're going to do is we're not going to have a pay-per-view in December. No pay-per-view. And the next thing we're going to do is after the 15th, well, assuming there's 4 Raws, or 4 weeks of TV in December. Let's just assume that. Depending on how the calendar falls, maybe some years there might be 5. But if there's 4 weeks of TV, like Mondays and Tuesdays in December, I say the first 2 weeks of TV, you do like normal. And then the final 2 weeks after the 15th of December, everybody goes home. The entire roster goes home, and they don't return to TV until the first Monday of the new year. That's when everybody is back. It gives the talent 2 weeks off, all of them, to spend time with their families. Many of them have young children. It would be great for them to be able to experience the holidays with them for 2 weeks, and it would still even give them a little bit of time to recharge, to rest, and get ready to go balls to the wall into WrestleMania season. And you're not sacrificing too much. You're only sacrificing 2 weeks of live events. It's not a big deal. And in the place of those TV shows, you do a couple of things. Year in review shows. You run recap shows. You do some sort of special events chronicling the year, or just some sort of a holiday-themed show on Raw and SmackDown in the second to the last week of the year. And then in the final week of TV in December, right around New Year's Eve, you run the SLAMMY Awards. You fly everybody into a location, and you do it like you did back in the 80s and the 90s. No more combining the SLAMMY Awards with Monday Night Raw. You dress everybody up in a fucking tuxedo and make the women wear evening gowns, and you rent out a banquet hall, and you do the SLAMMYs exactly like you did in 86 and 87 and 96 and 97. I think that would be a lot of fun. Those shows were fun back then, and it also gives you something to do. It gives you something to put on TV, has the talent there to cut some promos and do some things, and they don't have to work. You know, you're going to have 1 or 2 brawls, and some people are going to get into it at the SLAMMYs. But aside from that, it's a relaxing night for the talent and their families. Because if you remember back in the 90s, Bret Hart had Stu and Helen and his wife and his kids. You know, all the boys had their families there. It was just a lot of fun. And I think that would be a great thing to do in the month of December. So instead of giving all the talent a month off, fine, that's not practical, I get it. But can we give them 2 weeks off? Just fucking 2 weeks. Run recap shows, do a SLAMMY Awards special event, do a tribute to the Troops show, do something like that you can tape and play during those final 2 weeks of the year, during the holiday time, when a lot of people are really busy anyway and don't have time to keep up with new, fresh storylines in WWE. Everybody's traveling and doing holiday shit. And you just give the talent a chance to chill. And then whatever Monday, whatever date the first Monday of the year falls on, whether it be the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, or whatever, that's when the talent returns to TV, and they are right back on the road, resuming the schedule as normal in the beginning of the year. So if you have 10 pay-per-views, and you have all of the NXT takeovers attached to the Big Five, like always, during the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, takeovers during all of those. You have probably 3 network specials if you do 2 Saudi shows and a Starrcade. Maybe you do 1 more. And I think that would be plenty. That would be more than enough pay-per-views. That would be more than enough shows. And it would just relieve a little bit of the pressure. Instead of doing 12 pay-per-views, you do 10. You allow yourself a little bit more time to develop storylines and get creative with them, instead of having just to run right into another pay-per-view before you can even catch your breath. I think this would spread things out a little bit better and make everything a lot easier on everybody, the fans, the writers, and the wrestlers alike.